Hey everybody, this is Juan from the Byte That team. I am joined alongside Ryan and Keith. We have just finished watching NXT ArRival, the first ever live wrestling event from the WWE Network. We have a brand new NXT champion. We're going to talk about that in just a couple of minutes. But first, as a whole, NXT, we got new theme music. The arena sort of got a makeover from all of that. So I just want to quickly get to you guys. Ryan, what did you really think of that transformation that we witnessed?
I really like the new presentation. It's pretty awesome. It kind of gave this grittier feel to it. I like the lighting. They had a lot of new camera angles. Usually the older shows kind of just had stuck to just a few camera angles. So I think overall the presentation was excellent. It was top notch. You can tell that they were stepping up the game for a live show on the WWE Network. So hopefully we see this on future NXT shows as well. So great presentation.
No, absolutely, and everybody pretty much stepped up their game. I mean, think about the first match. JBL announced that we were going to start it off with the rematch from the 2 out of 3 falls match. Cesary taking on Sami Zayn. Just wow. I mean, what can you say about that match that hasn't been said already? But Keith, what was your reaction to that?
Great freaking match. Couldn't have asked for anything better as a follow-up to that amazing 2 out of 3 falls match that they had last year. Kind of went to the well with some of the spots again, with like diving through the ropes, except it was like a counter this time. But yeah, great follow-up. Couldn't have asked for anything better.
Absolutely, it was amazing. The thing that I loved about it is that it was like a 30-minute match. It was pretty long. And the commentary, everything, like when they needed to not say something, they would just stay silent. And the crowd was just invested in it. And it's an overall theme that I really enjoyed in the show. So if you guys haven't checked out that match, just freaking go watch it right now. It's available on the WWE Network. That's a great thing. It just happened. It's there. Watch it. And one match you could sort of maybe skip, I don't know. Maybe the follow-up match, the cool-down match. We got CJ Parker taking on Mojo Rawley. We were so hyped, man. We were so hyped for this match. Weren't you hyped, Ryan? I'm not seeing the hype, man. I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, this was definitely the weakest match on the card, but I think it served its purpose because Cesaro and Sami Zayn was such an excellent match that this was sort of the cooler match. And usually, if this wasn't NXT, you would think that would be a Divas match. But the glorious world of NXT, instead they kind of take 2 characters that people aren't really invested in yet. So I think it served its purpose. So it was a good little filler match to cool the crowd down, give them some breathing room.
Yeah, it's funny because Keith was saying that the cool-down match was going to be the Ascension. Now, in NXT, I don't know if you're a fan of the Ascension or not, but they got a new theme. Apparently, they got a small gimmick change. So instead of being all dark and all that, now they're more metal, I guess, which would make
still
sense
pretty dark.
Yeah, but it's a little better now. It was cool. How did you guys like the crowd reaction between the Ascension and the whole Yaw thing? I didn't know about that.
It's the next
thing. For anyone
thing.
who's not familiar, yes, they basically, Conor O'Brien likes to do his Yaw thing. That was terrible, but he likes to do that before the match, and the crowd basically took Daniel Bryan's yes chant and morphed it into the Yaw chant. Anything that they do, they just chant Yaw. Even the pinfall ref counts, they say yeah. So they found something to help the Ascension get over. The crowd basically made them, so it's cool. And I do like their gimmick change as well. I think people understand it. It's simple to have like a metal gimmick instead of this weird Dark Knight-esque music thing. No one really knows what's going on.
Swear to me.
And as a man, as a man who didn't like the Ascension at all, like I could care less whether they existed or not, I'm actually a fan of this new repackaging. It fits them a little more than dumb Twilight vampire thing, so I'm looking forward to them.
No way more, but some quick thoughts. So their opponents, they were a mystery and they turned out to be too cool, which giving the whole ArRival NXT the future, why? I don't think we need to really get onto that. So just, hey, Brian Christopher, you got a couple dollars. Save some money and stop looking older than your daddy. So moving on to the next match. Now, when Ryan mentioned the whole Divas thing, we say not because we're against Divas matches, but we're used to sort of getting the Diva match, which is not all that great in the WWE. In NXT, we saw an awesome match. We got Emma Page. Page retained her championship. She also got some new theme music. She got lipstick, which was on her teeth a lot. I don't know. I think that was a little too much. They're doing too many transformations in the same show. But it was a great match. Was I alone? What did you guys think?
I thought it was excellent. Another top-notch match from the NXT Divas division, which I think is just far and away ahead of what we see on regular WWE TV. It was a great match. I mean, how often do you see a sit-out powerbomb in a Divas match? I think that says it all. And just that submission move that Paige used, that Scorpion Crunch or something, whatever William Regal was calling it, that looks incredibly painful. So if that's her new submission finisher, I think it's pretty awesome. I don't think you could do that. You couldn't see a lot of the guys doing that move, but luckily the girls are more flexible, so maybe that can be done more often. But either way, awesome submission move, awesome match.
All I could ask myself is, why isn't this on WWE TV at all?
Well, the network's out, so technically I guess they don't have to put it on TV because there's content you got to pay for and check it out. So NXT is sort of their exclusive thing. Sadly, though, talking about the network, I think pretty much everybody was keeping an eye on Twitter. We all had that problem. I guess maybe the combination of Xavier Woods and Tyler Breeze having a match was a little too much for everybody, and the network crashed. I'm just gonna point out quickly, I love you, Adrian Neville, but I'm pretty sure collectively a lot of people hate you right now for the wrong reasons. And it was because when you would refresh, you would get that over and over. So Alexander Rusev came out for squash. I don't think we can really talk too much about that, considering we saw maybe like a camel clutch or something. So I think it's time we got to talk about the main event also, which once again, the network. We sort of, just quick note, we're kind of worried right now for WrestleMania, considering NXT ArRival, smaller show, smaller audience. This happened. We're talking that we could barely watch the main event, so thank you for having replays. But that being said, Ryan, I think you're probably the person that can talk about the match the most, seeing as you had the best luck out of all. So what did you think of it?
Great match. I think Cesaro versus Sami Zayn still takes the cake for the best match of the night, but this was still a really hard fought match and it was really good. I happen to be the lucky one that wasn't having any issues with the stream during the main event, but overall great. You had to feel like there was going to be a title change because it's such a big night for NXT and all the other wrestlers had retained their championships, so it was cool to see that title change at the end of the night. But some great spots in that ladder match. The red arrow onto Bo, who was laying on the ladder, is just crazy. There was some other moves with I liked Neville did a tornado DDT, kind of kicking off a ladder that was in the corner. Just overall a great match. And NXT, I mean, hey, they just blew this week's Raw out of the water, and this was definitely one of the biggest highlights of this week, which is supposed to be just a huge week in wrestling with the network launch.
So just final question for both of you. Do you think that WWE should do these more, like maybe 2-3 months, just have this one big 2-hour NXT show?
Hell yeah. You're goddamn right, son.
Thank you for the accent, because apparently he's so
Absolutely.
It gets the point home just that little bit more.
Absolutely. So, hey, the great thing is, when can you watch the replay? Right now. Just finish watching this video. Let us know what you think about NXT ArRival, if you watched it live or if you watched it the recorded version, by leaving a comment below. Subscribe to our channel. We are still in our WrestleMania Overload weekend. This is part of it right now. We're going to be reviewing WrestleManias from the past, WrestleMania itself. We got our top 10 WrestleMania moments going on, so check all of that out on YouTube. Check out our podcast, also available on that channel. So for Ryan and Keith, my name's Juan. Stay tuned for all the content and keep enjoying the network.